This next story is a little bit of a scary story, so if you want to listen, you can. If not, tune down during this. This story takes place in Upper New York State. Where it takes place used to be a college. It used to be a medical school, but now the grass grows high. There's ivy on the walls. Nobody is taking care of it anymore because of what I'm going to tell you. Because it was a medical school, they had students coming from all around. They had all different kinds of buildings. They had a laboratory building. In the laboratory building, on the second floor, there was a morgue where they had bodies in caskets. Maybe someone from New York City would die and have no relatives, and his body might end up here. Or maybe someone would will their body to science, and their body would end up here in the morgue. They never seemed to have any lack of getting new bodies. They also had a dormitory building. They also had classroom buildings. In this particular college, just as in most colleges, they had things that the freshmen had to do. I remember when I was in school, I had to wear a red beanie in my freshman year, and we couldn't take off that red beanie. Whenever we met an upperclassman, we had to make sure we had our red beanie on. Finally, there was a rope pull across a small pond, and if we pulled the sophomores into the pond, we could take off our beanies. Well, just so it was in this college. They had a type of hazing where all of the students had to do something. One person they had in mind more than another. In this particular freshman class, they had a nervous, know-it-all, twitchy freshman. He was smart. He was brainy. Sometimes he knew the answers before some of the upperclassmen knew the answers, and they didn't like this. And they were going to save their best for him. They told him he had to report outside the laboratory building at 10 minutes to midnight on a certain night. And so he reported there at that time. They had made sure that all the lights were turned off at the main switches. They were going to have him report there at 10 minutes to midnight, and they were going to tell him this. We want you to go into the laboratory building, go up to the second floor, down the long corridor to where the morgue is. We want you to open the door to the morgue, go in, open up casket number 13, and look in, and then come back. That's all you have to do.